Another city update, really? Hi everybody, welcome back to KK Builds. My name is KK and I build with Lego. If you are a regular to this channel, then you know that we are building a big Lego city. Well, at least we're trying to. Progress has been slow and it seems like that we're focusing only on the same piece over and over again. So today I would like to show you a little bit more of what I'm thinking about my Lego city and which way we are going with the whole setup of it, if you will. In the last video I showed you guys how I added stud gate from the Bricklink designer program to our Lego city. It was an awesome build for sure, and it looks very cool each time you walk into a room. A real eye catcher, and I like that a lot about it. Now in this video, as I said before, I want to show you more from my Lego city and in which direction it is going, right? So I prepared a little mock-up for you guys just to show you what goes where. So we will bring back the little industrial area. We will add a amusement park section, if you will, and we will also add a city center with all the different modulars. Mind you, this is a mock-up, so everything is subject to change, obviously, but it will give you a vague idea of where we are going with the whole build. Now, if you like Lego City update videos, subscribe to my channel and like this video. And with that, let's go to the Lego City, shall we? I thought it would be funny to start like this. So here's the green carpet, if you will, of my table. And if we zoom out, look at that. City over there. We've got the little industrial area. We've got stud gate over there. And then in this corner is a roller coaster, which is one of two, by the way. I still need to build the other one, but this roughly gives you an idea of what we're trying to do here. Let's see if I can get every last bit of it on the film. But something like this, right? That's a bit of an idea that I had so far, to do it like this. And now this has some challenges, right? Because we also want to loop a train around this, or through this, I should say, because we don't want to have just a train on the outside of the table and then come back there again. But we're going for a figure 8, right? So the train comes up here in the corner. Where's my finger there? So it goes up over to that place and then behind Studgate Station. And then it will bridge this track over here. And imagine that this is on a higher level, right? So the city will be off the table. It will be roughly as high as the platform over there. It will bridge, so the track will bridge the other tracks, come up to this track, then it goes into that corner, down again, underneath the buildings, and then come out here. And this track is the one that we have for Studgate Station, so it will be next to that track, parallel, and then connect to this track again, and go all the way over here into our industrial area thingy, and then hook up to here again. And then we have a classic figure 8 layout. So that would be very cool to work with, right? We got a lot of room for detailing, for putting sets everywhere that we want to, but it also takes up a lot of space. So we really need to figure out how we're going to do all that. And I guess it's going to take quite some shuffling around before we get it to the final form, as they say, right? So if we take a look at this, so you might notice that this is at an angle, so it's not parallel to the edge of the table and also not to this edge of the table. It's at an angle, and that's because if you walk into the room, then you immediately see the front of the buildings, right? So I thought that would be a cool thing to do. And also one of our earlier shared guidelines, if you will, is that we don't want everything to be like squares. So not this way and not that way, but it can be angled like this. And then if something else is angled in another way, it will give a lot more dynamic to the city, I hope at least. So there you go. Now the only downside to this that I see is the amount of space it takes to put these few buildings in here. We've got a lot more buildings that need to be put in there. We still have the museum to build, the jazz club. We have another bricklink station, the Brick Cross. We've got, what was the other one called? The Botanical Garden. So everything needs to fit over there in a way. So what we might do is that we bring this further up this way, but then we have a space issue over here, right? So we need to figure out how we do that. And one thing that I was thinking about, sorry about the movement, is that we pick up these harbors and we put them alongside these tracks, but then bring the track more over here and then have like a bay instead of water alongside the table, right? Have a bay here and have the ships over there. Will take up a lot less space than what we originally planned, I think, but we can still have an industrial thing going on. So that would be cool, I think. Let me know what you think. Then obviously it frees up a lot more real estate over in this part where we can have a lot more city things going on. So I guess that would be a cool thing to do. Then we have Studgate and the different tracks that come into play with that one. So you have the track that comes in over there and it runs through the station and it disappears into the hill here again, and the train just goes up and down. So it's not connected to the main line of the layout, which will give it, I think, a very cool look. Now, what I was thinking as well is this the right place for Studgate? Wouldn't Studgate be cooler over there with the main city? So we would have Studgate over there in front of the rest of the buildings, also higher up, right, on the platform. It would be a real eye catcher, right? And then maybe we can do a Brick Cross over here, where Studgate is now. That makes a lot more sense, I think. Well, we have to try that out once we build everything. Now, road plan, I have no idea. We'll just have to see what works and how much space we have. I do know, however, that we are going to use the newer roads and not the old road plates, because the old road plates take up way too much space, right? I think that sounds right. And also, obviously, the newer style road plates are, what do you call it? More design friendly, I think. There's a lot more that you can do with them instead of the older ones. So cool. Let's do that. We have the rail on top there. We have to do some woodwork still over there. So that's something that we got planned going on as well. Yeah, and then we have obviously a theme park. And this, I'm kind of wondering how we should do this as well, because what we could do is, if you have the height of the platform over there and the train goes down, we could also make a platform over these tracks in the corner, make it as high as the edge of the roof there, and put the amusement park over there, so everything can move over that way. We still have the mountain here for the other track, but that also clears up a lot of room over there. So that might be a correct thing to do. Also, we have another coaster that we still need to build. The, what was it called again? The blue one. I'm not sure what its name is, with the free fall thing in there. So we need to do that one and find out if it fits in here as well. But as you can see, because of all the tracks that are now in plain sight, we have we have very little room to work with. Now we've got some smaller fair things going on, or attractions. There's a little Ferris wheel and a UFO ride. I'm not sure if we're going to keep them in the city or not, or if they're even going to be in this position or not. So let me know what you think. If you think, obviously we had this on a tan base plate because it was on a beach before, we could still do that. So let me know what you think. I think it will be cool to have two coasters here though. That would be very nice. Yeah, so in a very, very fast overview, I guess, of this city, we kind of get where we're going, right? We've got all the different modulars that I have. Like I said, I still need to build some and still need to get some as well. I don't think I have Tudor Corner yet. I know I don't have it, so I need to get that one. I saw it was on a sale somewhere, but I don't think I'm gonna get it now. Can we just appreciate this set, by the way? This is such a cool set, right? Yeah, we got a nice variety of modulars, I think. So we need to do some shuffling around and see which one fits where the best with the details that they have. I would like to see Assembly Square more up to the front, for instance. I like that one. I think the Boutique Hotel is marvelous as well, looks very cool. I don't think we're gonna keep this one over here. That should be somewhere else in a more industrial area of the city, right? And then these stations are just here for the idea of having a station over there, but that's gonna be, yeah, I think that we're gonna do Studgate over here and then Brick Cross over there. That would be cool. Let me know what you think. As for planning, I know it's a bit like, oh, here he is again with his video on what he's supposed to be doing or what he's gonna do, and not much action going on. But yeah, I hope in the coming months that we at least get the woodwork for the platforms done. I think we have a lot of tracks that we need to order because I don't nearly have enough tracks to go all the way around the table, let alone 2 tracks. So we need to order some extra tracks. As with every Lego collector, I have more than enough curved track pieces, but not the straights. So I need to buy a lot of straight tracks. And then we would have to try and figure out what the ideal track configuration is. Cool. Well, I hope you like this one. A lot to be done and not enough time to do it all. But hey, it doesn't have to be ready in a week or a month's time, right? Now, I hope that little tour gave you a bit of an insight into where things are going in the city, which direction we are going to, and the overall look and feel of it. Let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions, if you would do things differently, maybe some cool ideas that I haven't talked about yet. And also please share your Lego cities in the comments below. That was it for this video. I hope in the next few months we can release more Lego City videos and really start working on these different ideas that we have. So in the meantime, if you like this video, like the video, subscribe to my channel. If you cannot wait for a new video to drop, there should be a video over here and over here. And yeah, enjoy your weekend and see you next time. Bye bye.